December 9, 2000. Why the pole shift won't happen? I think some of us are busy with the holidays. Others of us, do our thing. I was with a beautiful friend on some land. I used to have, pretty much over 600 acres here in Utah, but Mormon family members were against me preparing for the last days, and I ended up losing it, even though there would have been plenty of money to keep it, but I lost it. So it was a nice piece of land, spring water, everything else. But I don't lament excessively, and I move on. And met some beautiful friends out in the center of Utah, and not quite the piece of land I had, but a piece of land. And then just today, or yesterday, people coming up from California, a young couple. Hey, MOT, we're moving to Utah and want to meet up. I'm going to go meet with them right now. So, and they're just here. They don't know the area. December 21st, 2012 is coming up. People are moving. People are thinking. And a new friend that I have down in Arizona, he sent me a video about the Horizon Project and an interview on Coast to Coast with another George, not George Noy, but another George. Brilliant man, Brent Miller. It's funny, the same first name as Brent. And I guess I'm competitive, goes back to my track days, whatever. But I'm a seeker of truth. Joe Rogan's not the only one out there. I noticed that on the Alex Jones channel so much. Some of you can relate to some of these things, other of you can't. But we're all unique and individual. We're extremely individual. No two people are alike. But we're very important. We're much more important than the animals. And as far as what's going on here, we're more important than certain aliens. Okay? So, Brent Miller and the Horizon Project. Interesting to watch his stuff, and it's, to summarize super quick, because we live in an age of instantaneous information, etc., etc. Evidently, Brent did a lot of research, gathered some of the guest minds, evidently had some funding. I don't know where it's from, but well-heeled funding. His $50,000 per person trip to the North Pole or wherever. To look at Admiral Byrd. Some of you looked into that stuff. So there's a lot of things I don't talk about that I've looked into. And right now, stream of consciousness, but the message for prior to December 21st, 2012, Mayan prophecy. So back to the Horizon Project. He gathered some brilliant minds and looked at a lot of scientific evidence, which after seems like maybe a period of years has led to looking at prophetic evidence. Because those that are highly intelligent have looked at prophecies from whatever cultures or a myriad of cultures and discovered an amazing correlation, a high correlation coefficient between prophecies and truth. And that's one of the keys to discovering truth, is looking at prophecies versus what's going to happen. And that's why in the end, to me, looking at prophecy, it seems like it took Brent Miller a lot longer to get to that point, that prophecy is more important than just crude science. And sure, whether you studied Gregory Mendel, and I remember the fruitful eye experiment in 8th grade, etc., etc. I remember being classified as a genius and a dunce in 6th grade. It's like, oh my gosh, this guy's off the charts. He's a genius. And at the same time, no, he's a dunce. And then I remember my father-in-law. He was a big into Briggs Myers and all these he had me take a test because he's still been an enemy. Felt I'm an idiot, and especially an idiot for going to Harvard. So I know there's still something about that, but it's like, he's been a Zbigniew Brzezinski fan in a major way since 1980 and implored me to read Between Two Worlds and to follow Brzezinski, and I chose to follow God instead of Brzezinski, one of Lucifer's main servants. Leave that where it may, but there are certain Mormons that have no clue what's going on. In fact, they are adherents to the dark side, and they don't know it. Whole other subject, but secret combinations, and many people uphold those secret combinations. In fact, the majority do. Many Mormons do. They don't even know what's going on, and they actually hate and persecute those of us that know what the secret combinations are and are truly building the kingdom of God. So, Brent Miller's investigating all this stuff, boom, 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 pole shift. I've been studying pole shift for maybe 15, 20 years. Sure, I can't study everything in excruciating depth, neither can anybody else. I mean, you can study certain things, but it's difficult to study everything. And I've heard that, if you could look into the heavens for 5 minutes, truly look into the heavens for 5 minutes, you would know more than all the knowledge contained in all the great libraries of the world that have ever existed. So, my friends, truth, whether Joe Rogan's trying to get it to it, Man of Truth, or Brent Miller, or Alex Jones, or Obama, or Mitt, or Harry Reid, or whoever is trying to get to that truth, truth is truth. It stands on its own. It stands independent. So let's say Harry Reid and Mitt Romney and Glenn Beck and Joe Rogan and Alex Jones and Brent Long and the president of the World Bank and Rockefeller and Lloyd Blankfein and Susie Orman and everybody else have different opinions. They're entitled to those different opinions. They've looked through their own eyes. Each of us these are the windows to our soul. I was just watching a guy talking about crop circles, Marshall, and I didn't see the light in his eyes. Got 980,000 views on his crop circles in 2112. Recently doing the research, and twice as many views as my biggest video. And I'm like, wow, look into his eyes, people. Look. Yeah, maybe I'm a little tired, but hey, I'll take the look in the eyes against Marshall anytime. The truth isn't in his eyes. It's just not there. It's not there. Look, the eyes are the window to the soul. I don't have a professional production right now like Brent Miller did. Interesting to watch his stuff, but boom. Okay, I'll just cut the chase on this one. On December 21st, 2012, which is coming up, we have the 9th, 21st, 12 days away. 12 days. 12 apostles, 12 days away. Will there be a major pole shift that massively disrupts life in 12 days? I'm going to tell the answer here and now. No, there won't. Why not? Because too much prophecy has not been fulfilled. Where's my main force of prophecy that I know it has been fulfilled? The Bible. It's so funny because people would discredit the Bible, and there's not agreement on the Bible. There's over 3,500 Christian, quote, Christian religions. They hate each other. They fight. They're not unified. Sure, the New World Order goes, hey, let's unify and believe in everything, which is a bunch of bullshit. Excuse me. I want this should be available. Hey, you youngsters, it's still available to you. But the Bible's full of truth. But we haven't become of one mind and one spirit because of the Bible, because of various reasons. And there's people that fly off the handle if I begin to even address those reasons. But I am going to address this here and now. There will not be a pole shift on December 21st, 2012. There won't. I bet there'll be things happen. Some will be man-made. People are selling a lot of stuff for it. I thought I should talk about 2012. I never got around to it. I'm glad I didn't. Because I'm going to talk about the book of Revelation. And I'm going to really hit it to the straight. But I got to pull some stuff because there's changes coming. The internet will go down. And a lot of stuff will be censored. Interesting to watch how famous Alex Jones has gotten. Interesting to watch. But back to December 21st. Why won't it happen? Because too many things have not been fulfilled yet. Will there be a pole shift? Been studying it for 15 years at least. Yeah, for sure. For sure there'll be a pole shift. The earth will reel to and fro as a drunken man. It's in the Bible.